Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a night of magic, madness, and mayhem. Welcome to Slandertime. On today's episode, me and Freddie are going to be talking about Al Ewing's Immortal Thor, which is the new series that he's doing, which deconstructs storytelling. It deconstructs who Thor is as a character. It deconstructs what makes him great and what makes a story great. Now, Freddie, what do you have to say about Al Ewing's Immortal Thor? I'm so curious about this. I don't know if you're a big Thor fan. I don't imagine you would be, because a lot of the movies suck. But, cool character, cool concepts, cool mythos. Yes? No? Hit me.
Hey, Thor's a cool character. He got a lot going for him.
Right. Did you read, not to interrupt you too soon, bro, but you just made me think of something. Did you read the intro that the writer of the series actually did for, the back of the first issue?
You talking about?
So they had like an introduction note like, oh, this is what I'm doing in my run. This is why I like Thor as a character. This is why he's interesting to me. They had like a page of like actual text, so no pictures. So sorry. I know. Fuck you.
There's a picture.
Oh, well, there is a picture. All right. Yeah. The picture that he's referencing.
No, there's no picture. There's no picture.
There is no picture. Fuck you.
No, I didn't read that shit.
All right. Basically, he was talking about, he was like a young little British kid, the writer, and he's like, oh yeah, we get a lot of the American superheroes, and I read them all, and they're all cool, but they all seem kind of similar to me, right? So one time he picked up this issue of crossover called Secret Wars, and he saw Thor was in it, and he was casting lightning, just destroying like whole mountains in the rain, and he was doing it while like this massive smile was on his face. And he's like, Thor is interesting to me when he's completely overpowered and yet he is still smiling because he loves that feeling of battle. That was what was interesting to him about that character, along with the mythology. So he's like, okay, we're gonna, take this idea of what makes him cool. Basically, he's like, he has aura. That's what's up. And his aura is different than Spider-Man or Captain America or any of the other superheroes. That all is to say that I share that kind of same fascination with Thor because it's that Norse kind of Viking like aura to it. You know what I'm saying? And just seeing him fight because of that aspect of his personality is super cool. Do you agree with that? Or do you like him for a different reason?
I mean, he's got that shit. So that's all I got for you.
So you like his outfit? He's got it? I mean, he's buff as hell. He could have anything on. He still have aura. To be honest, you know what I'm saying?
That's all I really got for him. He got that shit on. He got lightning powers.
Yeah.
They need much reason to like him.
Okay, so it was never about the actual character, his personality to you. It was just like, that's what's up. That's my guy. I get it.
Reason why I checked it out.
What's that?
Reason why I checked it out. He had that shit on.
Okay. And now, you open up that first issue on Thor kind of completing his journey, honestly. There's like, he's kind of just ended his traditional character arc as a hero. He is the king of Asgard. He's not like this upstart that is like needing to learn responsibility for the hammer and caring for mortal people anymore, because he's already gone through that story. Now, he's beloved by both Earth, and he is beloved by Asgard as their king. His father is dead, and he's inherited all his father's powers, which is ridiculously insane, honestly, in terms of actual power level. It's crazy, because he can summon, I forget what it's called exactly, it's like the all power? Is that what it is?
Yeah, pretty much, the Thor force.
Which is just basically an insane wave of power that he can unlock for a second, but then there's a drawback called the all sleep that consumes him because he does not have experience with this power because he just got it by becoming king. So you have him being the king of these two worlds. He loves Asgard and he loves his people there, but he also loves, the Earth. He you have scenes of him going around playing chess with people in parks, just taking pictures with people, saving people with a smile on his face, and just hanging out. He just loves Earth and these people just as much as he loves Asgard, because they're both his home now. And I think starting off as a first issue, this first issue is fucking perfect. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that he does here that I would say like, oh, maybe you could have had more of this, maybe you could have had more of that. I think the balance that he strikes is perfect. It's like the same amount of pages dedicated to Asgard as there is to Earth, and that's beautiful. Honestly, that first scene with the Frost Giants was all I really needed to get into that character, they have this huge snowstorm and they're invading, and Thor's like, "Thou hast forgotteth what I am the god of." So he just like basically reprimands the storm for pissing him off and disobeying him. And the storm's like, "Oh, my bad, chief." And it locks in, bro.
So that moment kind of like struck out to me.
Yeah.
I read actual Thor comics. All my knowledge on Thor came from the MCU. So there's obviously a gap in that, right?
Yeah, but it's so clearly the same character, you know?
Yeah, my first, when that Frost Giant scene called back to Thor 1, it's where like him and his group pull up in like Jotunheim or whatever.
Jotunheim, yeah.
Thor, like, he pretty much pulls up to press all the, like, the Frost Giants. Is like, man, y'all ain't on.
Yo, that shit for real. Yeah.
That's how he pulled up. He was just talking shit, starting shit.
Right. It's like you really want to do this.
That's somewhat like
he's entertained.
Like a younger Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the obviously like Thor, how he's obviously like changed and grown up.
Right.
Like, how he handles things differently.
Yeah.
It's nice to see.
Right, but he still has that same love for battle. But he has to care so much about all these different people. So that I think that duality in the character is pretty interesting. Because in this story, he is fully aware that he used to be a terrible person when he was younger. I was like, damn, Thor was kind of being a jackass here. And they call attention to that. They don't let that like slip unnoticed. They're like, yeah, you used to like bully this kid like all the time and like beat him up for no reason. He's like, Loki, that was all stupid. And he banged him on the fucking head. Like, routinely. So I like how they acknowledge all these aspects of the character, and yet they're still interested in telling a new story. They're not retreading old shit. You know what I'm saying? The battle that they are fighting in this run is bigger and more epic than any other Thor story has ever been. When it comes time for the battle to happen in issue 1, where Torenos, I think his name is, the god of... Or actually... What's the exact title, Freddie? Do you remember this?
He got like, cause he's called the Utgard.
Oh yeah, the
Utgard Thor and the god of Superstorm, something like that.
Right. So basically, he's just Thor, but more powerful in every conceivable way. It's kind of ridiculous, right? And the only way Thor actually gets out of that situation is by employing his... Basically, he pops his ult, bro. That's what he does. With the all power, right? He uses the all power to send him basically into a black hole away from Earth and delay the inevitable, effectively. And he has to go away to sleep. But that's how it all starts off. I kind of interrupted your thoughts, so hit me, bro. What do you think about this setup? What do you think about Thor as a character? And what do you like about it?
Honestly, probably Loki, actually.
You really liked Loki, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, I like Loki because, like,
all right.
Loki and Thor always have like that kind of vibe, but like it's always like they got some bullshit going on. It's like this is like character development Loki, where that isn't gone. You can clearly
but you
see
can
he
feel
got
it.
Shit going on. You can feel some bullshit. It's not the same kind of bullshit.
I really like the scene where after all this happens, Loki's like, "Hey, do you want me to help you? Because if I am going to help you with this problem, it is not going to be as your friend because I'm not your friend. And it's not even going to be as your brother because I'm more than your brother. I'm a trickster, and that's what our relationship has always been like. So that is what we're going to do. I'm going to be the villain of your story for now, and it's going to make you stronger and more capable enough to fight something that you've never even conceived of before." And they have like a kind of a training match where Thor has to escape this planet. And that was when I was like, oh yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of issues in this run that I just really like. Was that the moment that got you with their relationship, or was it even earlier than that?
It was a little earlier than that, but I love that part.
That's so fucking cool. Yeah.
But the part about it was like I had to actually think for a second. What the? I'm confused by Reddit.
Oh.
But I caught on to what was happening.
What confused you the most about it? Was it just the fact, like, why is Loki doing this? Or were you confused why, or how Thor was going to get out of that situation?
Oh, 'Cause at first, I realized I didn't catch on to like Loki having multiple aspects until a bit later.
Oh, okay.
Even though he looked different, I didn't catch on to that. I was like, what the fuck? He's a whole tonal like he's a whole
Yeah.
like whole kind of tonal shift and everything.
Right.
He's straight up not acting like a person.
Yes,
Then when
yes.
Thor had first got out, I was kind of confused. I was like, how the fuck did he get out? What did I stop reading?
Right. I think you're supposed to be a little bit confused though. I think that's kind of the point, you know? Because they do explain everything later. Because I didn't understand that shit at first either. And I have missed some stuff with Loki, but I think all these gods have different aspects to them and different personalities to them, and that's kind of how they explain how these characters have changed so much over the years, right? Like, especially noticeable in Loki though, because Loki has been throughout various points in history, he's been just the Norse god. He's been, just a sworn enemy of the Avengers, which is like paper thin character wise, like that you see in like the Avengers movie. He just wants to do evil because fuck this guy, right? But he's had a lot more depth to that than that to him now. Just like, holy shit, that sentence. He's had a lot more depth than that in the past, and he has that depth with him now. At first, he was only acting out of just simple jealousy, but then as he moves on, he learns what he needs to be a true ruler in his own right, and he starts to admire Thor a little bit. It's not the same as Goku and Vegeta. I'm not going to say that. But there is an aspect of jealousy in that relationship that seems to run through both of those character dynamics that I think evolves in a similar way and a really interesting way.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I do. I do.
Right.
I just had to rethink what you said.
It's almost like their characters are reversed, though. You know? Because Goku is stronger than Vegeta, but he is kinder than Vegeta. Whereas Thor in the past was stronger than Loki, but he was meaner than Loki. Which I think is just how they switch up what's expected for those character archetypes. And I thought that was really cool. I don't know. I just like seeing these godly, like, larger-than-life characters. I like seeing that they have these fucking flaws and they have shit they have to work through. It's different problems than ours, but it's still really interesting to watch and see how it evolves, you know? Do you have a single favorite issue from here? Is it the story one with Loki?
It's about the guard Loki story.
The guard Loki? I was talking about the one where they go back in the past and they walk through one of their previous adventures. They have the whole thing of, oh, whoever drinks the most wins, and that's their challenge. And it turns out that Thor was drinking the ocean the whole time. Like, I know that's a classic myth, but the way that it's utilized in that story, I think that makes it my favorite issue from the 12 issues that we are reviewing today. You know?
Yeah, that's been my
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good, man. It's pretty cool. I think that might be one of the strongest first issues that we've reviewed on this show in terms of American comics. And it keeps going. Like, those first few issues, I want to say like the first 4, I think, are super solid. Even when they get into like the other lightning users in the story, like, I bet that was pretty, like, come on. All the lightning users in Marvel are pretty sick. So when we get to reveal that we're getting Storm in this, we're getting, all the different wielders of the Hammer Mjolnir, and they're all gonna come together against not even the God of Thunder, but like the God of Thunder. That was fucking hype, man. You get Beta Ray Bill, which I know you probably don't know a lot of these characters. You're meeting them for the first time.
Yeah, it's like the name drops. Like, I was like, oh shit, you got
yeah, they're bringing everyone in here. Yeah, man.
I was like, happy.
Yeah.
Happy.
Beta Ray Bill is especially cool to me. It's a stupid fucking name, but it's awesome character, right? Because this was a character who, on his homeworld, he was promised Mjolnir, and it went instead to Thor. So he is really the rightful bearer of that hammer. He gets disrespected time and time again. And that's what he was talking about in this issue when he's like, I know we've been on opposite sides in the past, but I'm glad we're like good now. Because Thor, when he was younger, was not a very understanding, empathetic person, unfortunately. He doesn't get a ton to do here. They all just wage their war against Tyrannos, which has one of the most sick designs for a villain in all of comics that I've seen, especially for Thor, because Thor, a lot of the designs are kind of like, oh yeah, he's just a big guy that you gotta beat up a bunch, but this guy is not only huge, but he is so dark and like expansive that when you're fighting him, it feels like you're fighting the whole sky, like when you read it in the comic. Because he has, every time he shows up, he has these massive double-page spreads that make you think like, oh shit, so they have to fight the entire storm. Okay, yeah, no, fine, absolutely. Which, you don't feel that with Thor, interestingly. You feel like Thor is summoning part of a storm to hurl at someone. But you never actually feel like, if Iron Man is Iron Man's a terrible example, he'd get fucking folded. If, I don't know, who can hang with Thor, man? That's kind of a problem. Not many people can.
To say the Hulk.
If the Hulk is hanging with Thor, you don't get the impression that he has to destroy the entire storm in the sky to defeat Thor. He's had to take the hammer away or, bash Thor into a mountain, and you're good. But with Tyrannos, you do get that impression. And that's a really fun dynamic to have in a fight. And even though the actual fight itself isn't great, I am not a fan of the Thor core. The team of people that they merge together in order to fight Tyrannos, just because, number one, it's a stupid fucking name. And number two, a lot of these characters just aren't strong enough to be hanging with Thor, but he's like getting the worst, not worst people, but the only people he can to get this job done,
I'm not the most caught up like with X-Men.
Yeah.
Storm is unnecessarily strong, especially like this current age.
You think she's unnecessarily strong? Really?
Well, not like unnecessarily, but I mean like she's fucking up there. Like she has a lot of fucking shit going for her.
Yeah. You think she was too powerful or not powerful enough in how she was portrayed here?
It's fine how she was portrayed since this isn't necessarily like a normal. Even Thor, like going all out, couldn't really fuck with him. That's why we had to do all this shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's cool that he wasn't like overpowered, and Thor had to like. Thor found another way to take him down.
Yeah,
didn't resort in like being like a a normal fight per se. Even like beating him in a group.
Right. No, for sure, man. The fight has a ton of spectacle. There's a lot of like illusion shit that happens, and a lot of lightning going fucking everywhere. And a horse is involved because, of course, there's a horse involved. I do like the way that they beat it. This took me a second. I said I liked it. I didn't like it when I first read it because I didn't understand what the fuck happened. When Loki throws Mjolnir, and you're like, oh, Loki just fucked up. What are we doing, man? Why'd you do that? Yeah, no, it's actually fine because Thor is giving him all the wisdom he gained that has been accumulated in Mjolnir through giving it to him. And he has to accept that in order to wield it. Because that is a part of the amalgamation of power that it holds. It's kind of like Shigaraki giving him One for All. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what they do to him here. I think that's a little bit of an asshole. I'm not going to lie. What do you think about this? Am I out of line? Is that not stupid?
I mean, it can be.
Yeah.
I feel like it fits. It's like because like it doesn't go against anything like the original like enchantment.
Right.
It's a nice way for him to like be brought down.
Yeah.
Didn't involve motherfuckers getting an extra like, power boost or anything like that.
Right.
And this story itself is already moving away from Thor having to, like Thor is powerful.
Yeah.
The story itself is moving away from like how he uses his power, more of his character.
No, I agree.
Like this is a great moment.
Oh, really? I thought you were lower on the Thor core shit than I was.
No, it's just like I don't know. I love this part.
Okay,
so, like,
all right, cool.
Leading up to this, like the whole like Thor core fight, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I wasn't really fucking with that. I'm not. Like an instant dip, like these last couple of pages kind of saved that shit for me.
Oh, okay. So you like the end of the fight, but you don't like the fight up till then. Is that right? Yeah, because like exactly. other than Beta Ray Bill and Storm, like the other two members of the team are kind of like, who cares? You know?
Give a shit about
who gives a fuck?
or that fucking.
Right, and that just makes it so that when the team comes together, you're like, are we, is this a joke? Is this a gag right now? Is this about to be a gag fight? Like, that's how I
But
felt a
I
little bit.
honestly did not expect Loki to show up. Did
Really?
not
I
see that.
forgot about Loki being there, but yeah, he's invaluable.
I
He's the one
did
who beats
not
him.
think he was gonna pull up the.
Well, Loki has changed. He's gone through a ton of character development, and he understands, he has a sort of loyalty to Asgard just through his upbringing, so he is going to support Thor as the king, not even as, like, respect for him as a person, but as respect for the position that he holds. Like, he always respected Odin to an extent, even though he didn't like the guy. He was on the opposite side of the guy, but he appreciated that he needed to be there for the balance of power to remain intact. If you look at that fight and you really deconstruct it, you realize, oh hey, so Storm, Beta Ray Bill, all of them, they really weren't necessary. They could have just did the shit with Mjolnir from the start, right? They just needed a distraction. So it could have been anyone. So I think that makes it more okay for me, right? They get the flashiest people they can just to show him, oh hey, we don't actually need to fight you, but we're going to make you think that we need to fight you and make you think that we're going to win, or that we want to win, that we believe we can win, so that we get you and make you fall for this trick, right? But what about it? You think the fight's too long? You think it's too uninteresting? You don't care about the characters? What about it is not good for you?
They think they was throwing them bitches enough. Really.
Oh, they weren't fighting hard enough. They weren't fighting.
They weren't getting to it at all.
Storm was fighting.
One out of 5 can't box, right? 1 out of 5 can't box.
They fighting God. What do you want them to do? They're fighting God.
If they jump at somebody, they all need to fight like their lives depend upon it.
Bro.
The Ninja Turtles fighting Shredder, Riley, they all box.
yeah, they do, but
even if they lose it, Riley, all 4 of them trying to throw hands with Shredder. That's what I'm trying to see.
Okay, yeah, sure. No, I'm looking at that cover right now of Thor, Beta Red Bill, Storm, Jane Foster Thor, Loki, and I'm like, yeah. Why do half of them have to be there? Unfortunately,
like they can get ored up.
Yeah,
I can respect and love the ending.
Yes.
If everyone's finna be there trying to run his fade, y'all better throw them fucking hands.
I agree. I'm surprised we're kind of like on the same page so far. 'Cause I thought I was gonna be a lot higher on this than you. Real fast, because we didn't do it earlier. What's their scores in 3, 2, 1, 7 out of 10?
8.
Oh, really? What? That's crazy to me. I thought you were down on this, man. You give it an 8 out of 10. You think it's great.
It's like,
you are shocking me right now. We were talking before the show, and Freddie was like, man, I don't know about this. I'll give you my opinions on the show, but I don't know about this. So I was expecting the worst. What are you talking about? You're higher on it than me. What are we doing?
No, Riley. Because when I rank things,
yeah,
I always rank it off my highs and my lows. Say something's dog shit. It's rare. Actually, sometimes I mean, it's rare that I ever mean overall is dog shit unless I explicitly tell you that.
Okay.
Normally, just judge what I don't like very harshly, depending on how it. If it's done terribly, it lowers the score. If I just personally don't like that shit, I'm not gonna be too harsh on it.
I see. So you think it's more personal preference in what this run does wrong so far?
Yeah.
I see. I mostly agree. I think it is an 8 out of 10 up until the last 2 issues, and then it drops for me. Because this whole time they're telling you, oh no, Thor is gonna die. That's the big point of this run, These people are coming to destroy Thor and everything he loves. And he is going to die. It is fated to happen. Prophecies have been written. We know this from issue 1. And they spend 4 issues just telling us that again with cliffhangers. And I'm like, bro, can we move on already? Can we just get to that scene and see how we can avoid the death? It felt like bad anime pacing, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Forgot about those 2. Or I wasn't talking about.
What's that?
So I was not talking about those. I completely
Okay,
just
interesting. So we have different critiques then. I know we don't have a critique on the next story in here, which is the first journey into mystery with Thor and Loki around the campfire.
oh no,
Peak, bro. Fucking peak. That's one of the best single, like, two-parters that Thor has ever had, you know? Thor doesn't have a lot of shorter stories. His best stories tend to be like these long, sprawling fantasy epics where you go in different lands and like fight, these huge enemies like the Midgard Serpent, who we meet in this story, and Loki and Gore the God Butcher and villains like that. That's usually a long, epic story, and of course Malekith, who has not been adapted in any form of media, but is probably one of the longest running Thor villains. He was the villain of the 80 issue run that Jason Aaron did that started off with Gore the God Butcher. People know about him. They don't know about the rest of the story, but that's okay. The rest isn't as good. But the point is, he has these long fantasy stories. They're so fantasy, intricate, right? And then you get here, and the story's a little bit strange because all the peak shit, or most of the peak shit, happens in this fantasy vibe, right? And you get to the real world, you don't have that fantasy element. Does it lose something for you?
no, because you said Malek. The villain you named was in Thor: The Dark World. The movie was just ass.
Oh, no, they fucking hold him.
They hold the shit out of him.
Oh, I didn't even remember him. You serious?
Yeah, remember that shit. I just had to remember.
I think they adapted that villain before he got his big arc in the comics. I think that's what happened. Because I think that happened 2016 or something, where that story finished. So damn, you just had to wait a little bit. Thor: The Dark World could have been peak, bro. You heard it here first on the Slandertime podcast, bro. But yeah, man.
Sorry, ask the question again, though.
Right, well, we can talk about this issue first, but I was wondering, what do you think about Thor being such a fantasy-centric character? Are you a big fan of fantasy stories like this, or do you prefer when it's more grounded when he goes to New York City? I was wondering which side that you would want to see the story delve into more, or if you like the balance that they're doing.
The balance is good,
Yeah.
but I don't really need Thor to be in New York City.
Okay, you just wanted to know that he cares for it and wants to protect it.
Yeah, seeing him in New York City is cool and all, but it wasn't something I needed.
Yeah, sure.
He's already a mythological character, and
right. You've already had
seeing
stories
him
about
interact
him in New York.
so
you don't need him more.
Interact his his myths and his world.
That's cooler.
He's setting.
Yeah,
it's cooler.
I think so too. Also, it doesn't hurt that all that shit is fucking excellent, and then when you get to the New York stuff, it is still good. There's still good storytelling there, but it is all focused on satire, which I think is important for what this run is trying to do, which is deconstruct all aspects of stories, how we engage with stories, what stories mean to different people, how stories can have agendas of their own, and I think that is a worthwhile concept to explore, for sure. I think it also just feels a little bit less exciting, unfortunately. Because it's frustrating, right? Because that is easily the most unique concept in this comic so far, is the stuff with the guy that acquires Marvel Comics in universe so he can manipulate what happens to people like Thor and change their perception and therefore change the way the mortals see gods. That is a fucking cool concept. It's a meta concept. It's got a lot of satire melted into it. I really liked it. But I think if it was merged with the fantasy realm a little bit more, it could have been more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I don't have disagreements to that.
Right.
Be straightforward.
Yeah. Does it drop for you there?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Not because of the message it's trying to convey. It's just strictly because I was oh damn, it was going there. The message is trying to convey though. I do fuck with that.
Right, right. Before we move on from this, though, and get fully into the Roxxon saga, I want to talk a little bit about this Thor and Loki issue because there's so much going on here, man. You get to see all the different sides of Loki kind of get peeled away, and you see him and Thor on this just fantasy adventure, man, and that's awesome. uh, because not only do you get to see the way that their dynamic has evolved, you get to see Thor is excited at every dangerous opportunity when Loki's just like, please fucking let me live, man. Like, come on, I don't ask for much, man. And Thor's like, no, we're going in there, Loki. Sorry, fuck you. And they go in and then they experience terror. So, yeah. Did you call the plot twist right away or did it take you a little bit? It took me by surprise, bro. I did not expect it. With the giant and what he really
No, at
was?
first I was hella fucking confused.
Really? What's up?
I did not think that was gonna be him. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah, me neither. That was a fucking good plot twist to me, man.
I was too kind of like focused on like how the story was being told that I completely missed the signs of who was in the story and
Right.
who Loki actually was. Like it should have been more obvious, but it just wasn't.
Okay. Yeah, because this giant just comes out here out of nowhere and you're like, you just accept it, I think, because of how rude Thor is and how he immediately intends to, like, oh, we're going to scam this motherfucker. We're going to get his food, Loki. All right, let's do it. And Loki's like, you really don't want to do that. He's being very kind to us. So there's, like, multiple dimensions at play that kind of distract you from the fact that what is a fucking random giant doing here and why is he so nice, right? It's not
Oh,
even,
another
like,
thing,
suspicious. He's just a chill guy. But yeah, what's
I'm
up?
not gonna lie. One thing I did find weird that I forgot about way too quickly, or smacked the shit out of him, and then
Nothing.
he like
Right.
nothing happens. Like I completely forgot about that. Like when I was reading, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Like Thor can
Moved
destroy
on.
frost giants, and there's not really stronger giants. You just kind of accept that, oh, maybe Thor is a lot weaker because this is before he got a lot of his power. This is before he went on a lot of his adventures. This is when he was just starting out as Thor, before he even came to Earth. But come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, no, but that's awesome. And then that next issue, man, holy shit, that's just fun. And I like the whole concept of challenges. I bet you do too, right? Isn't that something you just like about stories in general? When two like ridiculously strong beings have to challenge each other, but it's not in the form that you would expect it to be, right? I think
Yeah, like
that's
not
always
it's not
interesting.
straight.
Hmm?
Yeah, like ways that aren't like forward
Yeah, yeah.
or like game like.
Right. That happens in anime a lot with like stuff like Hunter x Hunter. That happens in Dragon Ball a lot because these beings are too powerful to be fought, so you have to go around it. And it happens in Thor a lot, or any story that really uses mythology. Like you could say the same thing about like Percy Jackson. You could say the same thing about. It's just fun, like the challenger that Thor has here at the other side of his meal, or Loki rather, because he had the meal and. Thor had just the massive gourd of never-ending booze, which was not even booze. It was
Is that ocean water? Because it was connected to the ocean.
yes. He doesn't find
He
that out right
gaslit
away.
him. He was like, man, what is this? He
Yeah.
told him, you ain't never had that. You never had non-expensive shit before. Start gaslighting. Bro. I was
Yeah,
like, yo,
that was
why
funny
you
as
do
hell,
that
bro.
shit?
He said, "We don't have no bougie shit down here. Eat it, bastard."
Get the drink in it.
Yeah. And Loki knew he fucked up when he saw that motherfucker at the end of the table just go.
He
The power of
started
the whole fucking
inhaling the whole
table.
fucking table.
That shit was at a 90-degree angle, bro. Motherfucker turned into Luffy, bro.
He put a whole section of the table in his mouth. I was like,
Yeah. And then the motherfuckers on Earth are just reading this shit in a comment. They're like, fucking loser. Like, there's a lot of dynamics to this story that are so unique and so fun and interesting to me, man. Now, they keep saying that Thor is going to die, like, very soon. Do you think that's going to be at the hands of the Midgard Serpent? If that happens?
no, I don't think they're gonna.
You don't think they're gonna what?
That'd be a bit. So I don't think they would do that.
Yeah.
That's like that's spot. He dies like in
Right.
Marvel.
Yeah, so maybe a bit too predictable, right? I don't think like
Yeah.
they're building like the villains for this are just the natural forces of the world, the ancient forces that have awoken. So I think it would be a bit boring if I could see them employing that tactic though at some point. I think they might bring the World
Yeah.
Serpent back because they spend a lot of time on him in this story. And I think they could bring him back because it's like Gaia, his mother, for example. She doesn't want to kill Thor, as we find out. She just wants humans to pay for it. And she understands that Thor is the natural protector of these people. Right? So I think she's like, oh yeah, I'm going to kill them all. If you're in the way of that and you die, that's natural. That's not me killing my son. That's just me doing what I have to do and you getting involved naturally. It happens. So I think she could, basically employ the Midgard Serpent as kind of an extermination, a pest remover sort of thing. And I could see that happening. What do you think of Gaia, Thor's mother? I imagine
she literally is the embodiment of the earth.
Right.
It's the most valid. It's the most valid, like fucking.
Yeah.
Her way of thinking is the most valid way of it, like of going about it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
She wouldn't be any other way.
Right.
It's even like because the earth is literally her.
Yeah, it did
fool
me
like,
though. It had me thinking like, oh, why does Thor's mom have beef with him, bro? Like, what's she doing? Why is she working with these evil people? And I read, and I'm like, oh, yeah, we did fuck up the planet, didn't we? And Thor's trying to just keep things as they are. Ah, yeah, sure, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And that kind of ignites the trend within this story of things getting like actually pretty political. I don't know.
Definitely.
It's interesting because you never think of Thor as a political character at all, right? But it's kind of, he's political in the same way that the Silver Surfer is political. I've done a whole video essay on the Silver Surfer and why he is that way. But it's mainly just because this is an outside observer coming into our planet and seeing how we fucked it up and feeling sad for us because they know how rare that is to experience in the universe. Like, a basic paradise like ours, and we just fuck it up with all our shit that we be doing, bro. Like destroying the planet with our gases and pollution and shit of that nature. How we kill and hate each other for no real reason. So that aspect of Thor has always been political, even if you might not realize that, because it's just that's inherently an observer coming into an area and making comments on it is inherently political in my eyes. But this goes a step further. It goes into the whole idea of there is somebody that is constantly controlling the narrative that we live around us every single day, and these people are fucking evil. Like, it doesn't leave it ambiguous what the writer's stance is. They fucking hate this shit.
Yeah, they're being straight up on it.
They don't say, oh, like some people are bad, some people are good. That's the way of the world. It is what it is.
So, nah,
they're
fuck
like,
him.
Fuck these people. Fuck them. Fuck MCU, bro. Fuck Kevin Feige. I'm like, damn. Come on, like, I was concerned for this man. I was like, please don't get fired, bro. I gotta see the end of the story, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's bigger than his job.
Yeah, actually. And he makes the villain, the incarnation of this, a fucking death minotaur. So it's like that feeds on corpses like a vulture. So it's not even fucking subtle. This guy is terrifying. There is one moment where he's like, is that all you're bringing to the table? The end of the world? Because you know what they say, Thor. Don't threaten me with a good time. And he shows how his whole plan for the world is fucking demolition. And he wants to give a select number of people premium living in a decayed, destroyed world. Which is probably
She
like
was diabolical as fuck.
That was a
like
crazy double page spread, bro. That was insane.
God damn, somebody drew that? I was like, I know a motherfucker has proposed that idea in one of them damn board meetings, so I'm not even that fucking surprised.
Bro, Elon Musk is taking notes right now. He's like, fuck, that's a good idea. Can we do it?
I know for a fact motherfuckers have done that shit.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, Welcome to the future, if I had my way. And it's proof of concept. It is a hologram in universe. It's not even like he's giving him a hallucination. Like, he spent time thinking this shit up, bro. And I think that's his point. Like, I don't know who you would compare the Minotaur to in this story. Maybe Elon Musk? I don't know. I think it's not even a specific person, though. I could be wrong.
It's mostly just the concept of, like,
maybe Bezos.
It makes it worse.
Yeah.
Bald ass.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yo, you seen that one clip of Bezos and it's like, yo, thank you so much for employing me, sir. I've been with this company for 20 years. Thank you so much. He's like, oh, yeah, of course. Have a good day. He walks off, bro. Have you seen that video?
Not seen.
I saw that shit on Instagram Reels, bro. Got fucking old.
He definitely hoped the fuck out.
He was like, oh, thank you for your work. I have a very busy day, sir.
Okay, let's talk about the Minotaur. So, like, the way I see it, he's like, he himself, he's not even like an exaggeration. He's like an exaggeration. Capitalism is not doing not doing like that character justice at all. It's not an exaggeration.
Yeah.
It's just straight up capitalism.
True.
It's just straight up, like. Then every time they reference like how the world's being affected, how the motherfucker does not care. He doesn't
make money?
Like, he's making money off of it. It's like money is driving process behind everything. He's beefing with a fucking god over money.
It is crazy.
When you say that, it's like, all right, like, you're beefing with a god over money, bro.
Yeah, I mean, this guy even says that the next step of capitalism is just gonna look like this, right? Like, he calls it the Rocks Dome, where people all have to live at premium prices. It's like a really nice neighborhood that, you know, you can live with your family if you have $1 billion. Which I think if that was socially acceptable, Disney would fucking do that. They already do that, basically. They have these, like, Disney neighborhoods, bro, where you go and you live there and they keep track of you, right? For the select customers that are really enthused with Disney and Disney's products, you know? This shit isn't even like that far off. And he says, yeah, establishing a ruling class is easy. Because we key the life support to their biodata. Bro. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, bro. And then he employs, you know, some of Thor's villains, which I'm pretty sure you know in the movies. The Executioner and the Enchantress, who are like these rebels that got kicked out of Asgard for being too violent and too selfish, too negative with their emotions, right? And because, alright, this is my big question for you, because I was kind of confused on how exactly this works. This whole story is about manipulating stories itself, right? And who is telling the stories and keeping track of that. Thor is losing his power and his mind because of the comics that Roxxon is publishing in this world, right? He can't think the same thoughts. He isn't as strong. He's simple-minded. Is that has to be Enchantress's magic, right? Do we get an answer to that? I don't think we do.
You have an answer.
I think
it could be some of her magic, but I think they're trying to go off for the idea, like perception, like how perception guides everything. The same way, like when they're telling like the Loki story,
right?
They're specifically going out their way to let you know this isn't like retelling of the history. It's Loki's like telling you what he remembers happening.
Right.
Thor like cuts in and be like, oh, I remember this. It's like the stories are like itself. They're like not memorization. What people think is happening.
Right, yeah, no, for sure. I think so too, but I'm also wondering if maybe the Utgard villains that Thor is battling right now are doing that so that Thor will be more susceptible to their story of taking over, not even taking over the Earth, but correcting the Earth. You know what I'm saying? I think that would make sense for their characters too. So it could be either one, and I don't know which I like better. I think I like it as it is now, but I do want some sort of answer one way or another in the future. And then we get into the comic book That is like an in-universe comic book that we also get to read if you want to read it. It's not really required, but it's pretty decent satire in my opinion. There were some lines in that made me laugh. Maybe it didn't need to be a whole, like, I think it's like an extra long issue. Maybe it didn't need to be quite that long, but I still really do like it. What do you think about this issue? Because it's very different than anything else in this run.
The issue itself, like, it had like the satire.
Yeah.
I personally didn't care for it, but like genuinely thinking about it,
it fits.
Genuinely thinking about it,
fucking fits.
It fits, especially when we were just talking about like dangers of capitalism. So like this motherfucker, this entire little comic is straight up what these corporations do.
Right. Yeah, and you know what pushes this over the top for me and made me appreciate it so much more? They hired specifically an artist that only traces other people's artwork. That's what he's known for. No one can prove it. But they all know he's doing it. And if you look back, bro, alright, so if you don't know about Greg Land, this is an artist employed by Marvel sometimes and DC sometimes if they're really desperate. He is known for tracing porn, bro. A lot of the female expressions in this issue, he probably traced that from like a porn magazine or a porn video. So he's kind of a freak. No. But that makes him the perfect artist to do this issue. Because it's supposed to be terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is one page. This is one pen. I was like, oh, nah. He got something going on. Bro.
What you mean? What you mean?
It was that one pen.
No, say it. Put a name on it, bro.
One fucking goddamn page 13, I think.
Fucking page 13. Let's see. Fuck this guy.
I'm putting a name on it.
Hold on, we gotta look this up, bro. Roxxon presents Thor. Page 13.
What that bitch up?
Are you talking about the swimsuits, bro?
Before when I first seen it, it was like, yeah, I'm looking right at it already. I know exactly what you're talking about.
This motherfucker is out of control, bro.
First scene, I was like, hold on, bro. What is the purpose of this?
Yeah. He was tracing. That's the purpose of it. That's a fucking purpose. And it's pretty funny. And the actual story in the comic itself, painfully generic, right? But it's supposed to be. But that also makes you think, hey, half the MCU movies are like this now. Not to this extent, obviously. I'm not saying like, oh my god, they made like Thor an AI like hedge fund fucking nerd, bro. And it's just an ad. They have in-house ads for comics that don't exist in here. That's how much they went with the attention to detail, and they're all equally terrible. Microtransaction wars. I don't know. It's really cool to me that this even got made because this is just making fun of Marvel for like 30 pages. I don't even know if you realize this, but it keeps saying like continued on second page following and stuff because in older comics, that is how they did the ads. If there was an ad, they would say continued on second page following. So the implication is there's like ads every fucking other page. And that's also very funny. So I think there are some things where if you're more familiar with comics, you'll get more out of this issue. But I think it's pretty fucking funny on its own. Maybe it goes a little far, but it's pretty good. So that's why I wanted you to read it, man. But moving on to like kind of the final act of this first confrontation between the Minotaur and everyone else here. He summons the fucking hedge fund nerd from the comic itself to fight Thor, and he actually ends up beating him. But then, effectively, Thor kills him. And he was never real, so it's not like he actually murdered someone, because Thor has a no-kill rule for stuff like that, I believe. I don't know how he feels about frost giants and shit. Maybe it's open season with those bastards. But what I really thought was interesting here was Thor ends this battle with extreme violence and being framed for extreme violence. And why I think that's interesting is everything is so sanitized in that Roxxon Presents issue. You get to the next issue of this comic, and it is bloody, and it is like, oh, Thor's a terrible person. He killed this guy in broad daylight. And that makes you feel something. but it's also manipulating you to feel a certain way. And that is what they're doing, not only in the context of the comic itself, but with like the readers and the average person in like New York City in the issue, right? So I thought that was really smart, a really good way to do it. And I don't know, it's almost like I could see someone getting like a superhero in real life. That's what they would get canceled for. They get manipulated into killing someone, you know? And everyone's like, oh my god, it's so vibrant and so ridiculously, you know, in everyone's heads that it gets into their psyches, and they're like, fuck this guy. This guy's terrible. It's like the fucking... This is gonna be a crazy comparison. It's like the fucking Will Smith slap, bro. When everyone was talking about that shit. Like, people had opinions on it one way or another, regardless of who it was, even though it didn't fucking matter. And that's basically what's happening here. If you actually look into it for a second, if you're an average citizen in New York City, you look into what happened with Thor killing someone, apparently, that person was never real. You can find that out probably with a quick Google search. But people are so ready to, you know, hate on something that they will go that way towards it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you think that holds up, that observation?
Same reason why cancel culture ain't shit.
Yeah, basically, cancel culture doesn't work because, well, no, that's not true. Cancel culture works for stupid people on Twitter. Cancel culture doesn't work for people who think and can look something up for themselves for 2 seconds. But it is a good cliffhanger because you take the time to establish in that first issue just how much he cares about the Earth and just how much he feels loved there, and you strip that all away from him in that issue. And that emotional conflict works really fucking well. Unfortunately, after that, that's kind of the end of my positives for this run. The last 2 issues I am not a fan of, which is weird because they go back to the fantasy stuff for these issues. It just doesn't feel like it progresses the plot, though. Because you're saving someone who was imprisoned, and you're wondering why it matters, right? I'm wondering if this literally was just filler. What do you think?
I don't know what the fuck, to be honest. Like it had, like, for me, it had the makings to be something. It
has cool set pieces. Like the dimension they go to looks really cool.
They're looking for like Thor's brother Tyr. They got all the other fucking siblings in there.
Yep.
Like, this shit can be hard, and it's just... You know, had Thor.
Wait, it's just what? You cut out.
It's just there.
It's just there. Yeah, I agree. Because at the end of it, it just feels like this was just set up to say that Thor is gonna die again. Which we already knew that. We've been told that like 4 times now, and it felt natural in the story. But this is the first time that I was reading it, and I'm like, that felt really unnatural. Was that the point of this story, just to tell us that? Because all these other stories had actual points. They had things to say about the world and Thor as a character and all this stuff. And you get here, and it's just like, yeah, we just wasted your time. The same thing that's going to happen is going to happen anyways. We didn't resolve that shit. So it kind of pissed me off. I finished that. I was like, man... Not huge on that, but I don't know what else to say on it, man. It's just not great to me. I think it is cool. There's some cool stuff that happens in here, like the child being aimed at the villain to obliterate them. That's kind of fun, but nothing that's like, I don't know. What would you give that arc specifically? I'd give it like a 4 or a 5 out of 10 for me personally. I really was not a fan.
4. I did not.
Oh, okay. You give it a 4. Yeah, I agree. Again, she got something to say.
Yeah, you almost got me. Never mind.
Right, hit me.
It's important. No.
All right, no. Come on, hit me. No, I'm not letting you do this right now. The viewers are curious what you're going to say, Freddie. Come on, tell them.
It literally only makes me look bad if I say that.
Say it.
Who's gonna
say it?
It's too late. Already.
If it actually makes you look bad, I'll edit it out. You were gonna tell me? Tell me anyways.
Look, I already said it. You should have been recording. They called me lacking.
No, you did say it. You started saying it. You said, "Oh shit, never mind." What you about to say, bro?
I said it. I said it like 3 times actually.
You're about to say,
Generous.
"I hate minorities." That's what you're about to say.
Because you trying to hope. First of all, you're a white man in the burbs. If anyone hates minorities, it has to be you.
It has to be me. That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
a
it has
crazy
to be
verb to
you.
use. Why does it have to be me? No, let's talk about this. Fuck Immortal Thor. What's your opinion on this?
Because me and you, I'm black.
Yeah.
You're white. That's already putting you
The
higher.
viewers don't know that.
You live in a gated community. So that's already raising you up even higher.
The viewers don't know that.
Yo, you didn't go to a black school, so that raised you up even higher.
What?
No.
Let's talk about this. So if I went to a black school, it would all be different, right? Yeah.
Yeah, look, yeah, it would be. You had
All
like 3 black
right,
people in
I'm
school,
tired
right?
of you.
You had 3 black people in that campus.
Oh, hell no. Wait, actually, you might be right.
Know it.
Yeah. What of it? Anyways, bro. Okay, so you just don't have anything else to say, though. Is that right?
That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all you got?
I got it.
Alright, well, I have one more question for you, and then we'll move on. What do you think... How do you think this is doing so far in exploring the themes of storytelling in general, and what makes a story special to people, what makes a story, creatively bankrupt effectively, what makes a story interesting, what makes a story stand the test of time? It has to explore all of those ideas over the course of this massive run. Do you think it is doing a good job in exploring them so far? And has it personally connected with you in the way that you see stories?
Yeah, it has been doing a good job
Nice. Okay.
overall. So
Cool.
my honest opinion,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's connected with me. I'm
It's
really
connected
feeling
with you.
something.
What
Really feeling
connects
something.
about
I
you?
want to be better.
What connects about this to you? Is it just the way that they talk about how stories change based on who's telling the story? You know what? There was a line that connected to me, and I want to see if I can find it real fast. But if you have an opinion that you want to share right now, don't let me stop you.
What you just said. It's
What
the
I just
driving
said.
force. It's the driving force for why I like it.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I am excited to see where this goes, because I think obviously we do this podcast because we love stories, because stories are just so special to us, and the emotions that they make us feel, the parts of it that, the stories that we consume when we're young, like they become a part of us inside, right? And we take these stories with us throughout our life, and we grow and change, and we can reflect within ourselves on what they told us at one point in our life, and sometime down the road we can see how they genuinely changed us, and that's incredible to me. And I hope this kind of does more one-off issues personally, to just explore what a good story being told to someone can do, and how it can change them, and how it can make people think about things, and change perspectives and all of that, because we got a little bit of that so far, but we haven't gotten a ton of it. And I think Thor is the perfect character to explore that through. Especially Loki. Because Loki, as they mention here, he is no longer the god of mischief and trickery. He is the god of stories. Which, to some extent, it's mentioned in here, all stories are lies and trickery. Because you want to trick someone into thinking that your story is magical, if you're telling a fantasy story. You want to trick someone to believing that things are real that aren't real. But not all kinds of trickery are bad. Right? There are some bad kinds of trickery. Like the Minotaur. He's tricking the entire world to engage in something that's surface level. And I think even Loki would be so opposed to that. Because, if you're going to trick someone, it has to be a good trick. That is his whole character. Which is a character I actually really respect a lot. Like Loki, just through reading this run a little bit, has risen up in my like Marvel villains, and I guess not even villains, but characters ranking quite a bit. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next, man. And he even says as much. He says, "It's how every tale must end, Thor. I am only the teller. I cannot find meaning in the tale for you, nor would I if I could." And that's what I fucking like, bro. I like that this writer knows that people have to make their own interpretations of stories for stories to actually be alive and interesting and fluid, you know? I think this guy would hate solo leveling. I'm just gonna. That's all I'm trying to say, bro. That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying, though?
Solo leveling slander that I can. I want to reread that shit just to know how accurate it is.
It's ass.
Because
it's
I'm
ass.
saying like.
What are you
remember
saying?
So little about that story. Like,
oh.
When I tell you.
Yeah.
When I tell you right, most of that
me?
shit fucking a straight nothing burger. The characters, the fucking plot, the type of what the fuck the story you been trying to tell you? Motherfuckers will give you some advanced like philosophical reasoning. I'm like,
no, they won't. They won't because they're all brain dead. They know it's dumb. They know it's stupid. They know Thor, Immortal Thor by Al Ewing is superior.
Oh, Riley, you're gonna run into those people who like
Don't call them people. They're not people. They're animals.
Those subsection of animals, Riley. You know what they do?
What do they do?
These motherfuckers. They got like 18 different buzzwords. They're gonna say you're illiterate the moment you disagree. Like these motherfuckers seriously annoy me.
yeah.
They feel like because they can assign a principle to a fucking story, it means the story was trying to tell that shit. Like, no. You know that shit wasn't happening. You know none of that shit was real.
Yeah, you can't impose meaning on a story. You have to extract the meaning of the story with evidence. You can have different interpretations of a good story, but in a story where nothing happens, you can't tell me something happened. You know?
Getting it, be like, oh, you just don't understand it. Like, no. You motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know you said I don't understand. There's nothing to understand. You made that up. That's why I don't understand this shit.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of people like that, though. They want to believe a story they like for whatever reason is more complex than it is. And that's a shame because if you really think about it, you can find complexity in very basic stories. They just have to have a story to tell, right? If Sung Jin Woo from Solo Leveling was actually going on a journey of change and self-discovery and transformation beyond his physical attributes, I could agree with that, right? If he goes on a similar journey to like other protagonists like Peter Parker and fucking Naruto and everyone else that grows and changes in interesting like psychological ways, I could agree with that. Yeah, sure, I don't have a problem with that. But you can't tell me that this character has all this meaning and all this depth just because you think he's cool. And you want to have him as your profile picture. Are we serious? You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you...
Yeah. But that's about all I have to say for Immortal Thor. We are continuing this, Freddy?
Thor, no.
What do you say?
I'll leave this off one. It's as bad as.
Hold on. Say it again.
Nope, too late. I already.
You cut out.
I cut out.
Yeah, I heard bad.
Damn. Thor's sister, she was bad as hell.
What?
That's all I gotta say.
I asked you if we're gonna continue the series, and you say Thor's sister is bad as hell.
Damn, I didn't know you said that.
No, at the podcast. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you.
I thought you said that I have anything else to say. I was like, yeah, I got something else to say. One more thing.
No, you're stupid. Oh.
You're homie because I was being truthful to you, man.
No, I'm holding you because you didn't answer my fucking question. Answer it. No.
We can keep reading, bro. Calm down. We can keep reading. You keep reading.
You a W deflector, bro. W deflector.
But you just
everyone
said,
that's watching the episode,
reading.
Clap for Freddy right now. W deflection. W
just
instigating.
Said, I want to keep reading.
W slithering. W slithering through the grass, bro. W trickster, actually, given the subject matter of the episode.
It is. You're mad because I said Angela's bad. You say when Stacey was bad. I see what it is.
Oh yeah, look. You don't know her character. You hated her character. I'm not talking.
She ain't fine. I know she ain't fine. She ain't fine shit. That's what I know.
You don't even know Thor's sister's character at all. You can't.
Either character. I know she fine shit. That's all I know.
Just because all right, listen, we're gonna have this debate. Fuck you. All right, it's because of coloring in the fucking comic. All right, it is not because of any actual reason that you have as a human person that is real. You're not real, bro. Listen, if you see modern flashbacks of Gwen Stacy, you're like, oh yeah, she fine shit now. Oh, that's what you're gonna say, man. Yeah, that's what you're gonna tell me.
You're pulling up fucking panels from the '60s, Riley. She ain't fine.
I'm just saying, the coloring and the way that she is drawn shouldn't determine your attraction to a character, bro. You should like them for the actual.
You just asked if she's fine shit. That's what we're going off of. What are you talking about? You need to fucking lock in. You heating up and shit. You trying to bring up 2,000 panels
right now, bro.
You trying to bring up a 2029 panel and shit of Gwen Stacy.
What if I am?
And then we talking about.
I can't like Gwen Stacy now. Are we serious with this?
No, because the panels in the '60s that you showed me, I said she ain't fucking fine. Don't heat up on me,
bro. Are you the fucking goon, please? Are you the fucking goon, please? Is that what you are?
Heating up on me. You heating up on me?
Yeah, I'm heating up on you.
I said she ain't fine. What's wrong with that? Why are you mad?
Because you're stupid.
I'm stupid.
You're stupid. Because you don't, bro. Literally, the only point that you've raised in this direction is the fucking coloring, which they didn't have access to back then.
She's not fine the fucking coloring. So now what? Now what?
You're saying she's not fine with coloring?
No, I'm saying Gwen Stacy is not fine in the 1964 films that you showed me.
All right, listen. You draw the most attractive, most beautiful woman in the world. You color her in crayon. What is she? Out of 10. To you.
It's not a 10. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
She's not a 10.
I'm saying that you should be able to see the pencils for a character. Just the fucking raw pencils, no coloring. And say, oh yeah, baddie. Or, oh yeah,
okay,
terrible.
Okay, here's the thing, Riley.
Is that a crazy argument? Is that a crazy thing to say?
No. My clapback to that is pretty simple. I see some fine shit in a manga. You never hear me say that. It's been black and white. That's all I'm gonna say. It's in black and white. You never hear me have a problem. Gwen Stacy does not like that. Accept that shit.
Alright, what about Mary Jane then?
Mary Jane's slightly better, but she ain't like that either.
You gotta go, bro. We're gonna end the pod. This is gonna be like the last argument on the podcast, bro. This is gonna be the last argument on the podcast.
I got like 20 bitches in manga that's dubbing Gwen the fuck out of
no, not character wise. You're talking clearly looks, right?
Yeah, we are talking looks, motherfucker. We talking looks. That's what. Look at you. You changed the subject because you knew you was losing.
Nah, I would never lose.
No, you losing. That's why you changed the subject. I can't
change your mind, but you know what I'm saying? Why would I argue, bro? It's like arguing with a Solo Leveling fan, bro. That Sung Jin-woo isn't like the greatest character in fiction. That's what's happening right now. Some people
Jin-woo he had one amount of character in the first episode and didn't have any more. Got it with that.
Yeah. You're probably a type of person that thinks Sung Jin-woo's sister is bad just because she's in color.
I don't think a high school is bad.
Nah, WW Dodge. I want to see if I can get you, bro.
What type of shit? You thought
I had the cops outside your house right now, actually, bro. I'm telling him to retreat, bro. I'm gonna tell him to retreat. I got you, bro. I got you. Next time though, they're waiting. They know where you live. Anyways, fuck you.
He's mad.
Yeah. Oh, listen. I hear bad opinions. I get mad. Does that make sense?
It's not a bad opinion.
Yeah.
Correct one. You just disagree with it.
No, bro. All right, we need to read more Spider-Man soon so that we can.
Got him trying to later, MJ.
Bro, because I'm tired of you. That's the real reason why we got to read. Anyways, bro.
Okay. Let's bring up some fucking 60s on 60s crime.
All right.
Got 60s Wonder Woman over fucking Gwen Stacy and MJ.
No, you don't. Don't lie to me.
Okay, let's go to the 80s then. Let's go 80s for 80s.
You're just gonna admit you were lying?
I wasn't lying. I'm just saying.
You folded so fast. Oh no.
Decade, Wonder Woman's always bad in them motherfuckers. Every decade. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's make this a video.
Yeah, Mary Jane always been bad. She was drawn to be bad. Like, what are we talking about?
Wonder Woman's better. Fuck is you talking about?
Look at my camera right now. This art style. When do they stop, or when do they start being bad for you? If Gwen Stacy was drawn in this art style, would she be bad?
Oh fuck, there's nothing in your camera right now. You're not pointing at anything.
I am.
There's nothing there. Look at you. He's up now.
Right there.
I'm not seeing anything, Riley.
Can you see my camera?
I'm looking right at your fucking camera. I'm on my phone.
Behind me, bro.
You jackass. I don't see a single picture.
What do you mean right there? You see my thumb?
I'm gonna kill you, bro. I just told you. I'm on my fucking phone. You're pointing off the screen.
That's not my problem, bro.
I just told you what was happening. It is your problem.
No.
Now I'm gonna get fucking Sarah to pick you up while I'm
All right. Oh my god, bro. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be moving on to the next item on our agenda. How do we feel about that, Freddie? Give me your top 3.
Green Lantern. No. That's the last one, but fuck. I don't know. You can put anything there. It's just not Daredevil.
Just not what the hell? Daredevil had a good issue this week. You're not real, bro. You're not real. I'm tired of you. Like, actually, bro.
I don't fuck with Daredevil. Like, come on, bro.
Alright, bro. Hold on, bro. I would say my number 1 is Fantastic Four. My number 2... What do you think it is, Freddie? What's your guess? It's also Grimm. And 3, I have a bit of a tie between The Seasons and Doom's Quest. So, do we want to start off with Daredevil because you clearly think that was the worst one?
You can start wherever you want.
Yeah, we're going to start with Daredevil because fuck you. Alright? I'm tired of this, bro. Daredevil issue number 4 gives us the final confrontation between Daredevil and whatever this villain's name was, I forgot. But it's a good fucking issue. We get characterization for his entire past leading up to this point. We get why he's doing the things that he does. His backstory with his father. We get a cliffhanger that doesn't do a ton for me in what is, I think, an otherwise pretty solid issue. And we get some good world building and character work even with the cops. You get the line where he's like, you were promoted because everyone else was in the pockets of the Kingpin. You're not better, you're just what's left. And that's an interesting situation for a character to be in, particularly one that is new and random and kind of just a guy, right? You disagree at that point?
He dogged the fuck out of him. To be honest, I couldn't have said it any better myself with that.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying he let him know he not shit. He didn't stop acting like he's shit.
Yeah, I agree. And I think he's going to get some good character development because his partner presumably dies. Either he's dead or he is extremely blind. He got fucking hoed in that last panel, bro. And I think this officer might die too. But I think what's gonna happen is next issue Daredevil's gonna show up and he's gonna save him. From the way it's framed. What didn't work about this to you? This is just a fine issue.
I just happened to not really like it that much.
What could it do to win you back?
I do something. Got nothing for it.
Okay. You're like, it's got to figure this shit out. All right, sure.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't got no like real critiques, but I don't got no like.
I get it.
Fixes for it either.
Not a ton happens in here, but I just like the character stuff. I like the fact that the confrontation with the owl comes back as well. The owl saves Daredevil in a sort of way. And you get that one cold panel of him with the chains. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think this was the best issue ever. I mean, obviously not. It wasn't in my top 3. But I thought it was fine. I give this like a solid 7 out of 10. But we can move on right now to the next item on our agenda, man. Batman wasn't in your top 3.
No.
Same for me. It was better than last week, though. Because last week was a fucking nothing burger, bro. All you get is him walking around trying to, like, rizz up the scientists and, like, setting up a generic mob buzz. What?
A lot. I don't know, like, stick of shit. That's random. That's just so fucking random, bro. Like,
whoa!
That's
calm down!
No, I'm really so dead.
Bro.
I was not expecting that shit.
Bro, what?
What the fuck you got going on, bro?
What the fuck you got going on is a better question, bro. You acting like Bruce Wayne's a problem. It's fucking you, bro. Alright, bro.
Say Bruce Wayne. I'm talking about DC. They don't got no reason to be drawing that science.
You gotta keep it. Bro. Why you keep whipping it out this episode, bro? What's with you, huh? Live on the podcast. You open your mouth and it starts flopping around, bro. This is crazy.
You're holding me because of what somebody else did. I see now.
I see your vision, but that's not what we're talking about. I'm tired of you. Bro.
You're holding me right now.
You're on yourself right now, bro. By choosing to focus on that. We talk about this. You don't give details about the plot. You don't give details about anything else. You're like, oh damn, she fine as hell. Like, you don't even say that. Fine. That would be more respectful than what you said. That would be more respectful than what you said, bro. You said you said she thick as hell, which is different.
You need to actually pay attention. You need to pay attention to what's being said right now.
All right. No. Correct my mind. I'm sorry, Freddie. I'm so wrong right now. Give me what you're trying to say. What are you trying to say about this young lady?
Young lady's crazy. I already said what I had to fucking. I'm saying why they made her that fucking thick and they put that panel up in there. That's fucking wild. They knew what they was doing with that shit.
That artist is out of control, bro. Oh my god.
You know exactly what panel I'm talking about too.
Yeah, I do. The one where they're climbing up the ladder.
Yes.
Damn, bro. All right. I don't like that we're on the same page. I'm not a fan of that. But it's okay. It's okay. I forgive you. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, art's really good, as you've mentioned, in a slightly different way. And at the end, we run into Robin, who finds shit, as you would say, learns of Robin's relationship to Bruce. And it's fine.
That's a diabolical fumble.
Let's go on to Doom Quest right now. How about that? I think this series is so fucking funny. And it's well written too, man. I saw the premise of this, and I was like, bro, we gotta get this on the podcast. That's what I said. You know what I'm saying? I was so excited for just seeing Doctor Doom go throughout history and take over. That's an awesome premise. It's great in here. Great art, great writing, fucking banger. And I love how this whole comic series seems like it's being pitched as just the most petty rivalry ever incarnate, because Dr. Doom sees that Reed Richards is building a time machine. He's like, damn, I kind of have to like take care of my nation right now. I'm gonna copy his shit. I'm gonna do it better first. So he puts his like indentured. I mean, honestly, I was gonna say indentured slaves, but apparently he did pay them, and they're well taken care for. So don't sue me, Doctor Doom. That's the case. But he gets the time machine done before Reed Richards does. Unfortunately, Reed Richards figures out what he's doing because of the energy signatures. So he's like, yo, Avengers, pack this guy up. He's doing something nefarious to require all of this energy. This can't be good. So he goes and he sees the time machine, and he is too late to stop Doctor Doom from actually using the time machine. But he does strand his ass on the Titanic right before it crashes. Hold the fuck out of him. Was my note. What do we think about this issue?
Some shit going on.
Okay. Is that all you have to say?
It's not what I thought was finna fucking happen, but
do you like the idea for this series?
I mean, it's a pretty fucking unique idea.
I think
Doctor
so too.
Doom time traveling. I didn't see that coming. I'm not gonna lie.
I think this is unique.
No.
Oh, I don't know if it'd be. Would it be unique if it was just like a random character and this wasn't a Marvel thing? This was just a character gets trapped doing this by like their nemesis who was jealous of them for a time machine. I think it would still work.
It could still work, but I feel like I'm more like acceptable to it because it's fucking Doctor Doom of all people.
Yeah, and I think this is gonna sound crazy. You kind of want to see Doctor Doom like colonizing people throughout history. All right. That was maybe not how I intended that to come out.
I'm saying, yeah. Your ancestry is coming out right now.
He doesn't mean it, Chad. You don't mean it, do you, Fred?
You just said you wanted to see Doctor Doom colonize people throughout history. If that's not your roots, I don't know what it is.
Well, he's not even. I'm not even the same culture as that guy. Come on. Look, all right. You don't want to see him going. Look, come on. You're just as bad as me. If you're gonna say yes, Riley, I want to continue the series with you. You want to see the same thing, all right? Come on.
No, I don't. I don't want to see.
All right. So what do you want to see? I
don't want to see I don't want to see a European man colonizing people.
No, that's not. You know what I'm saying? Though? Like, you know what I'm saying, though. Like, he takes charge in various areas. He's gonna colonize the Titanic, bro. Is that not an interesting story premise for everyone's survival? By the way, for everyone's survival, not just his.
He says he's for everyone's survival. You're right. He says that.
He does say that.
He's gonna take everyone over. You're right. You're so right.
Yeah, W. Christopher Columbus, bro.
I think you just made Doom sound so much worse.
You know what I'm trying to get at, though. It is fun to see how he would conquer different circumstances. Because we always ever see Doctor Doom fighting superheroes. We don't see him fighting the Titanic from crashing, you know? So that's just a fun fucking idea.
Should have said that instead of him calling.
That's what I meant. All right, come on. You can let me know that's exactly what everyone meant, right? Everyone knew I meant that.
No. All
right, here's what I'll say. Leave a comment if you did not know I meant that.
I hope this video blows up so everyone hears what you just said.
Yeah, you want this? This is the one. This is the one because you want me to be a colonizer. Fuck you. All right. Anyways, moving on. Oh, actually, do you want to keep continuing this series?
I don't want to talk about the colonizer anymore.
All right. We'll be back here next week with more colonizing by Doctor Doom. Moving on.
Who decided that?
Let's talk about the seasons number 2. I really enjoyed this. I think you did too, from what I understand. You didn't have problems with it. You just get a bigger look at all the family members that were mentioned in the previous issue and are this huge plot point for the upcoming threat. But you get some real characterization to them. You get character arcs. You get Summer doing her photo shoots, which kind of the weakest character here, unfortunately. You get Spring dealing with just being alone and having this sister that is very artistic, but also very closed off because of that artistry. And I was wondering, what do you think about this story? This setup, rather.
I said that shit was pretty sad, not gonna lie.
What part got you?
Damn, she's really talking to a fucking goldfish right now.
Oh, well, I didn't know what you were talking about. It's kind of crazy. My mind went to like the first scene where I think it's Autumn gets trapped in the mirror. I thought you were gonna say that's sad, but talking to a goldfish, yeah, it's kind of the same as fuck, who did Naruto talk to? He didn't have a goldfish. His broke ass wasn't couldn't afford that shit.
He was in the trenches.
Yeah, yeah. But I also noticed that where she has to raise her glass of grapefruit juice up to the portrait of her mom and dad, who look like genuine colonizers, by the way. I don't know if that's going to be brought up again, but they look like they were into some bullshit. Maybe that's why the people are coming after the family. Who knows? And she doesn't even like the juice, but she drinks it anyways, just to remember them, you know? And that's a good little character vignette there. Gilbert the goldfish, bro. W goldfish. But yeah, it's just a good setup to me, man. And this is going to be a very slow-paced story. It'll get there eventually. But so far, it hasn't made any missteps with me. And I really like the art style. I didn't really talk about the art style too much last time, but it's very like muted and colorful at the same time. You know, a lot of modern coloring, like we looked at for Thor, is very. It looks like very digitally colorized, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas this feels more hand drawn and it feels a little bit more personal because of that. I don't know if there's like any actual words for that in the art, but I just felt that a little bit more than I usually would. Green Lantern, what do you think?
We finally got to see what happened to John.
We do get to see that. We get a lot of flashbacks early on in this absolute Green Lantern series. I think this issue is fine. I think issue 1 is still my favorite. Is that crazy to say that?
Issue 1 started off way too strong.
Yeah.
It's not the fault of the issue for it not.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this issue. They're taking a lot of time to explain what happened, and I appreciate that, but given that I'm so unfamiliar with Green Lantern, I'm not really putting all the pieces together like I should, you know?
Yeah, I get you. Also, actually, no, like, keep going. So I was gonna say, like, it was about that question you asked me.
Right. Well, throughout this issue, we learned that plastic weakens the force field around them, and there's also sort of mental manipulation going on with this big Green Lantern situation they have going on. I don't know if that was brought up earlier. I don't remember, but I thought that was interesting. And I assumed the last page there was our main character working on making plastic bullets so that maybe they could prepare for the eventuality that this creature returned and attack them or something like that. Doesn't seem to be the case from what you've told me.
Oh, it's actually a really old time weakness. So the Green Lanterns, like back like pre-crisis, they were weak to the color yellow.
Oh, is that what he's doing? He's just painting them yellow.
Yes, that's
They're
also
fucking
like
fraudulent.
It's also like you know how like he threw like gold he threw like the gold ring at the force field and it got through. Then he threw something else and it wasn't like that color and it didn't get through.
Right.
So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking is going on right here.
Oh, okay. I do remember that. I thought that was strange, but I'm like, huh, okay.
They're bringing back that yellow color weakness, but it's probably not going to work like how it did.
No, I'd imagine not. That'd be kind of, yeah. There's supposed to be very big differences in the Absolute Universe, so hopefully that remains true here. But yeah. No, I thought this was a solid bridge issue. It wasn't anything crazy to me. It felt to me like Batman was last week. Like, I know technically we have to have these issues, but it wasn't like I'm gonna say, oh, this is one of my favorite issues of Absolute Green Lantern or any series, you know. Moving on next to Grimm. This was a really strong issue, man. This is how a second issue for a series should be done.
They got straight to it. Like, I thought this was gonna be like one of those in between like issues, but nah, they just kept going.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's too many problems to present at the end of the last issue, to where if they did anything else but what they did in this issue, it would be crazy. And I also really like when she becomes enveloped in darkness, when the character goes and she's like, I'm going to try to regain my memories and learn how I died in the death closet, because I guess that's the thing now. She goes in and she looks, and when she gets caught by this person that is the death closet criterion or something, I don't know what they are, she like fades into blackness and there are no panels anymore. It's just darkness surrounding everything, interspersed with memories from memories of what is kind of the big question to answer here. But it's a really cool page layout. And I like the sense of mystery it gives. Because do you understand exactly what happened there? I have a theory that it was maybe the fact that she died in... It wouldn't make sense that she died in childbirth, because that would mean that she has been growing up here, and she would know that. But, I mean, like, giving birth to a child, like, maybe she was the mother?
No, like, she's the baby, though.
How do you know that?
Because they tell the lady's name as she gives birth. He has to be the baby. Hold on. Let me go back. Because all right, let's go. I'm looking at it right now. A pregnant lady. It's a girl. Shit. Ooh, wait a minute. I might have fucked up. We should show her. We should show. Ooh, okay. All right, so the pregnant lady, it can't be her. The pregnant lady can't be her. It's either she's the baby or she's the other person right after.
Do you think it's the baby, and maybe she has for some reason grown up in hell or something, and maybe... No, that wouldn't make sense, because everyone stays like at their youngest or at their prime of their life, right? I don't know.
It has to be after they die, or something different or strange had to happen for her to be able to grow up. Or
it looks like she's connected to both worlds.
So she can't be normally dead. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna throw something out there and say she isn't dead. I'm gonna throw something out here right now. Week 2 prediction. That's interesting. She isn't dead.
I have another prediction. I think that she is the product of, like in Percy Jackson, when the gods would like have children. Yes. Like she's like a demigod, but with death, maybe.
That's interesting.
Because that would give her access to both worlds. Because I was thinking, like, what other characters have access to both worlds in series like this? And I thought of fucking Percy Jackson, you know?
The only thing is, why would it come up now? I can't wait for that to be figured out.
That's a good question. Maybe it's like the Earth is in danger now, and that'll kickstart the next arc. That could make sense, but it would have to be a very specific kind of danger that's tied to her. Maybe... I don't know. Maybe her dad wants to meet her, so he's orchestrating all of this. But then he could just show up to... Maybe he wants her to prove that she's worthy of meeting him, so he's giving her all these hoops to go through. What do you think about that? And that way she can find out more about herself, so by the time that she faces him, they don't have a ton of conversation to go through. He doesn't have to blow her mind. She just knows what she is.
I'm gonna need more to be able to piece anything together, because I have to apply too much to it.
Right. This is only the second issue, but we already have a lot to talk about, which is nice.
But
anyways, moving on. Unless you had more to say on that.
No, I don't got no more.
My favorite issue of the week was Fantastic Four. What do you have to say about this? Because I love this fucking issue. It's a self-contained story with Ben Grimm and Alicia Masters that is really emotional, honestly. Like, this has a lot of heart to it, and that's one of the things I value most in comics. So to see it here, this is kind of like the only one that had that human connection to me. Besides maybe the seasons. That made me feel for this guy, and also made me, like, say, wow, this is actually a really fucking good plot. I like this plot a lot.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not know Ben had a wife. So
Yeah, it's fairly recent. They got married in 2018, something like that.
yeah, so like it's me seeing, I was like, oh shit, he got something going for him.
Yeah. And you still
Then
get
it's
to
like,
see that it's recent. You get to see that there's a lot of confusion and anger going on in him. Like, the most effective panels for me were the ones where he just shows up and he's just, like, feeling sad because a kid ran away from him or something. You know? And they're very simple panel grid, very simple panel structure. But they're really powerful. And it makes you feel for him, you know?
when he was chilling inside like that on that motel room, old boy got in a van to ram
That
into
was
the room. I was like, that's
crazy.
wild. I was like, that's
Yeah.
actually crazy.
That's next level Hayden, bro. That's next level racism, bro.
I was like, you looked through the window and that was your next course of action. He wasted no time. That was his first instinct too.
And it's funny. Like, you get to see the Thing and Alicia have fun in these issues. Where they tell people about what's going on in the future, for example, and they parade around town, and none of it will ever matter because the next day it'll be all wiped away again. Like, Ben doesn't have that option in real life. He doesn't have the, temporary nature of the way that he lives. Whatever he does and the way he's been living is constant for him for so long, and that's part of the way that's part of the reason why he feels so terrible. And that ending where he gets to grow old and you see his life as it goes throughout the ages where he's happy and he's at peace. And then the last shot is that full page spread of the hospital bed empty. Man, in present day, that got me.
No, that was a good little. That was like a good little side.
For one issue, like, yeah, I really thought so, man. Side note real fast before we go. I don't give a fuck about Avengers Doomsday. I saw that trailer.
No, actually, no. Speaking of Avengers Doomsday,
Yeah.
me and Nell were on that trailer's ass.
Bro, I broke it down, and I was like, man. Benjamin Netanyahu's favorite movie, man. He's jumping up and down for joy right now. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what? No way. They're all coming together, bro. He's so seated. No, that movie... Bro, just tell a good story, man. I read that, or I watched that trailer, and I read the Roxxon Presents issue, and I'm like, they were right, bro. They were right. No.
Makes that shit so diabolical.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do about writing. It had nothing to do with like with a presentation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say right now, why the fuck are the Thunderbolts posted up in that room?
Yeah.
Look
like,
me in my eyes
and
tell me they finna be banging on some shit.
Thor and the Thunderbolts are not at the same level, bro. I think there's no way that they can make this movie satisfying because they just haven't done the work to make it satisfying. The setup. Everything feels so disconnected right now. And the characters aren't even that powerful because they haven't worked with them. They all just introduced them and said, fuck them. They'll figure it out. Okay, sure. Whatever, but... What's that?
The recast came of doing his bull.
Yeah. I don't even think Kang would have been that good. I don't think Kang's a particularly strong character.
Would have been better than this.
Yeah, it would have been better than this. Well, they could have just introduced Doctor Doom the right way and say, hey, Robert Downey Jr., we don't need you, bro. We're confident. We got a good story of Doctor Doom. Pick one of like the probably like 100 good Doctor Doom stories that I'm sure exist out there and just do that and adapt it for an Avengers story rather than like a Fantastic Four one. Like, it doesn't seem hard for me, man. You can make that personal. You can make it feel impactful. I think the right thing to do after Endgame was do personal stories with these characters, show why they have these relationships with one another, and twist that and make it hurt for us. But it's been so disconnected that the opposite has happened, and no one feels attached to anyone in particular. The closest we got was probably like Fantastic Four to actually caring about the characters. But that was in a different fucking universe. So who cares?
All they've been trying to do is get out new fucking movies and shows to put that shit on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And
It is so funny to me that this came out at the same time we're reviewing Immortal Thor due to the subject matter, bro. Because it's so clearly just they want your money, and that's kind of it. They don't really care.
That's all they fucking want.
Yeah.
I'm pirating that shit. I'm not
You're
watching
pirating
it.
it.
I'm not watching it in no theater. They're not getting that fucking money on me.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll wait to hear about it. If I hear good things, then I'll watch it, but I'm not expecting to hear good things. I saw like a leak. They said Magneto is going to be fighting all of Spider-Man's villains.
Why the fuck is he
That's
fighting?
what I said. Anyways, what an episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this talk about Immortal Thor, and we'll be back next week with the second part of this saga, which ends the first act of 3 acts of this Immortal Thor saga. All right.
Wait a minute.
You guys have a good night. What?
Spider-Man even beefed with Magneto before? That's fucking crazy. It's like they aren't even ops. So why are they why is he beefing with his villains?